Morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Australian Rural Adventures. As you can see, I'm blasting through the farmlands, heading towards the coast. It's a bit of a dreary day today. Only about 13-14 degrees, and it's with showers. It's raining a little bit too. But I'm behind the wheel of the Mrs. Disco, the Misso Disco, her 2011 SD V6 Discovery 4. And we're going to see how she goes on the beach. Come along for a ride. I'm just going to let a bit of air out of the Misso Disco tyres. I would normally go down to about 10 psi when I go on the beach, soft beach, this one especially. But in the winter, with all the rain, the sand becomes a bit harder and a bit easier to drive on. So I'll probably go down to about 15 to 20, somewhere like that, just to save me the hassle of pumping them back up so much, you know, and less chance of ripping a tire off the rim. I do have recovery gear with me, so if I do get stuck, I can always just let them down a bit more and get myself out with my recovery gear. I'm just going to show you how I'm going to set up for driving on the beach. So, raise the air suspension. Cactus mode or sand mode. I'm going to leave it in high range. Traction control off. DSC off. Well, because it's too windy for me to get out the car and talk to you, I'm going to talk to you from inside. So like I was saying, this is a 2011 SD V6 Discovery 4. So the difference between the SD V6 and the TD V6 is not massive. I believe the engine itself is the same. However, the way the turbos are configured is different. So the SD V6 has a slightly higher output of kilowatt. It comes in at 215. Whereas the TD V6 comes in at 190 kilowatts. They both put out a pretty substantial 600 Newton meters of torque. I've driven both the 3-litre variants, and they've got plenty of poke, you know what I mean? And I honestly can't really feel the difference between them. However, I am behind the wheel of the SD V6, and I wouldn't swap it for a TD V6. Now, we bought this car for mainly two main reasons. The fact that it can tow 3.5 ton, so that's a big ass caravan, a proper off-road caravan, you know, say a 22, 3, 4 footer, this could tow it. And it has 7 seats, which is really important to us, important to me, because I have a million children. Your question at this point in time might be, well, how's it doing? How's it doing on the beach? And it's amazing, it's awesome. It's telling me to slow down or the vehicle will lower. That's one thing with the air suspension, that if you go, I think it's 40 kilometers an hour, the vehicle will lower from off-road height, which is a little bit annoying, but I can appreciate they've done that from a safety point of view. So as I was saying to you at the start of the video, I've got her in cactus mode or sand mode. We've got normal, what's that, snow and grass, I think, foresty shit, cactus again, and then rock. So sand mode, and I'll describe it in layman's terms because when you put it in sand mode, it feels like the accelerator is an on-off switch as opposed to a gradual acceleration like it does in normal mode, which is perfect for sand mode, because if you're bogging down and you know, you're losing a bit of power or whatever, you can just touch the accelerator and it gives you full beans a lot faster than what it would be in normal mode. I mean, I wouldn't drive around like that, you know, doing the school run or something like that, but on the beach, oh, it's fantastic. All right, friends, I'm going to do something which is generally feared by me anyway, and that is turning around on soft sand. That's when you're most likely going to get stuck on beach driving, in my opinion. A big patch of soft sand here. I'll set the camera up and I'll try and whiz around in it and try and get stuck. Guys, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me on another episode of Australian Rural Adventures. Everything that I've said to you today, you know, I'm not being paid to say, no sponsors. This is just a real world, real bloke's test of his rig. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button, consider subscribing, and maybe even check out another video.